Welcome back to my YouTube channel, SuperTech QC. This is video 2 of 3 in modeling data in our natural language formulas series. In video 1, what we accomplished is we added names to our numbers and formulas. For example, we can do Control F3 or F3 in Excel, and you can see the names that we created. For example, data is all of our data on the data tab. C3 through V22, giving us 400 data points. Okay, what we're going to do now, also, if you look up here, there's the name box right there. It tells you what cell it is and what the name of it is. If you click on one that's not named, it'll just give you the reference. So there you have that. Okay, moving on to create our formulas for this next part. We're also going to use names, and to do that, what we want to do is highlight this entire area right here and try to generate names. And we'll do Insert, Names, Create, and it's already selected the top row from Create Names From. So we'll click OK. Let's do Control F3 just to check. And it did. It captured that. You'll see frequency right there. Probability right there represents those up there. So we're good to go. Alright, we'll start using more natural language to create some formulas for our bends, frequency, and probability. And we'll use the frequency and the probability in 3 of 3 to create a frequency histogram and a bell curve with the probability. So let's do our bends first. This will be our groups of numbers that will use our frequency and probability. So let's do that. Okay, equals, what we want to do is we want to use some of these names over here. For example, this right here is our mean, and if I do Control Shift F9 or just F9 in Excel, you can see that it's creating a lot of different random numbers, giving you a different average each time. So what we want to do is use that to create our formulas for this array here for the bends. So we'll do mean, okay, plus our z-scores. Z-scores popped up. That's one of our new names. So I'll just hit enter and it'll put it there, times our standard deviation name, st. You see it's wanting to put the function there. We don't want that. We want the name. So stdv is our name. Enter, and that's our first bend. And it will use each one of these z-scores to calculate all the way down. When you turn this into a cross, double click, and bam, there's all your bends that you're using your next formulas. Frequency is a little bit different. Frequency is a array function. And what that means is the whole function itself is an array. So what we have to do is we have to highlight the whole landing area for our frequency array formula. So we highlight that. While it's doing that, let's carefully enter the frequency formula, frequency. Okay, what's it asking for? Data. We named our data Data1. Enter. Okay, classes, that's just our bends, so I'll type in bends. It popped up, I'll hit enter, and close parentheses. Very carefully, at this point after you put the closed parentheses, push down the control key. While you have the control key, press the shift key. While those two are pressed, press the enter key. And voila, you have your frequency array formula generated. Okay, and you can use that in your frequency histogram when we make charts in 3 of 3. For probability, these are the x values for our bell curve. Very interesting. So we're going to use the norm dis function. This is a very interesting formula. You ought to look it up on Wikipedia. It's very in detailed about that. Our number. What do we want for our number? Let's use our bends for that. Our mean, we have the name mean over here. Mean is not a function in Office Libre or Excel, so we used it as a name and it's wanting that, so we'll put in mean, standard deviation. Now we want to use our name for the calculated standard deviations, STDV. Do we want cumulative? 0 for no. Close parentheses, hit enter. Okay, go back up to the cell, turn the cursor into a cross by getting in that lower right hand corner, double click, and there you have it. Those are the numbers that you can use in your bell curve when we do 3 of 3 for our frequency histogram and our bell curve. Watch video 3 of 3 coming up. Thanks for watching SuperTech QC.